Hello everybody and welcome back. Root Beer here. We're going to continue looking at the 2014 Hypatia contest. We're on to question number 2. So let's grab our pens and let's get cracking. Alright. Each week, the MathTunes music store releases a list of the top 200 songs. A new song, Recursive Case, is released in time to make it onto the week 1 list. The song's position, P, on the list in a certain week W is given by the equation P equals 3W squared minus 36W plus 110. The week number W is always a positive integer. Okay, so we have a song, it's on a chart, and it's sort of modeled by a parabola. Okay. So, A, what position does the song have on week 1? Alright. Well, if we want the position, P, on a given week W, we use this formula. What's our given week? Our given week is week W equals 1. We know P is 3W squared minus 36W plus 110. So that's 3 times 1 squared minus 36 times 1 plus 110. That's 3 minus 36 plus 110, or that's 113 minus 36. So that's 77. So now we know what the song's position is in week number 1. It's in the 77th position. Okay. So that was A part. Now how about B? Artists want their song to reach the best position possible. The closer that the position of the song is to position number 1, the better the position. Okay, so we're looking for low numbers. So this B part has 2 parts. What is the best position that the song Recursive Case reaches? And second thing, on what week does this song reach its best position? Okay. So if I'm thinking best position, I'm thinking that we're looking for the, this is a quadratic formula. It represents a parabola. So we're looking for the vertex of this parabola. Okay? That's probably the best thing to do. We have our parabola in sort of standard form. We want to convert it into its vertex form. And then that'll tell us what the lowest position it can reach is, and it will also tell us when that lowest position is reached. Okay. So if we want vertex form, we start with our parabola as is, and we take out a factor of 3 off these first 2 terms. And then we ask, okay, what single value in here will complete the square? Okay, so we have 12W, we want so we're going to add in 36 and we're going to subtract 36. Plus 36 minus 36, and we still have this plus 110 here. Alright, so let's get this minus 36 out of there. We need to multiply by 3, but that's okay. And that's negative 108. Now this in here, this is a perfect square. It's going to be w minus 6 squared minus 108 plus 110. So we've rearranged our entire parabola into this form. Okay, 3 times w minus 6 squared plus 2. So the vertex of this parabola would be at 6, 2. So we convert our information about a vertex, which is the lowest point on a parabola. So the lowest numerical value for the position of our song that it will ever achieve is 2. And it will achieve that during week 6. Okay? But the lowest number for the position is the highest position. Remember, where 200 is the lowest, 1 is the highest. And we want the best position. So best in terms of position, actually. Just that might clear up any confusion. So the best position is given by the lower number. Lowest number we're going to get is 2. When does that happen? Well, it happens when this portion over here is 0. And when is this 0? Well, 3 is certainly never 0. So it's got to be this square's got to be 0. If something squared is 0, then what we squared must be 0. So w minus 6 is 0. And that means w is equal to 6. So that happens during week 6. All right, C part, which is the last part in question number 2. What is the last week that recursive case appears on the top 200 list? Okay. So it's top 200 songs. So let's ask ourselves, during what weeks are we on the list? And that way we'll know that the next lowest week number is going to be the week that we go off the list. Now we're told that the week number is always a positive integer. So as long as our position is less than or equal to 200, we're in the top 200. As soon as our position is 201 or greater, we're not on the top 200 list. This equation, in terms of our week number, tells us what position we're at. So if we can solve for what values of w give this, we'll know, give this inequality, we'll know exactly what weeks we're on the charts. So we subtract out 110 from both sides. We're left with 3w squared minus 36w less than or equal to 90. If I divide by 3, 3 is a positive number, so it's not going to change this sign. We're left with the w squared minus 12w is less than or equal to 30. And rearranging, we get w squared minus 12w minus 30 less than or equal to 0. So if we want to know when this is less than or equal to 0, we're going to need to know exactly when it is equal to 0. Right? Because if we imagine our parabola going to be between the two roots that it's negative, and it's going to be outside the two roots that it's positive. Okay. Let's see here. Two numbers that add to negative 12 multiply to negative 30. 5 and negative 6, no. Negative 15 and 2, no. Let's just use the quadratic. Do I have the right equation? Yeah, so let's just use the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2. So that's going to be 6 plus or minus, I can take a factor of 4 out of there. So divided by 2, we need a factor of 2 in this square root here. Well, there's a factor of 4 here, a factor of 4 here. Factor of 4 inside the square root sign is going to mean a factor of 2 outside the square root sign. So 144 divided by 4. So that's 36, and it'll be plus 30. So 6 plus or minus square root of 66. So we can figure out exactly the range where we're not positive. We're going to be exactly in this range. And if we doubted it, we could test. But we already know that 1 is going to clearly be in this range. So we already know that 1 places us on the list. So we're definitely in the right area here. Now w is always greater than 0. It's a positive integer. So really, we can strengthen this condition to be 6 plus square root of 66 is a little over 8. So 14. So 14 is the last time it'll appear on the week and we on the charts. And we could check. Is it on week 14 and off on week 15, which is the next week? 14 squared minus 36 times 14 plus 110. That's 3 times 196 minus 14 times 36 plus 110. And now this week, week 15, we should be over 200. We should be off the chart. 3 times 225 minus 36 times 15 plus 110. We get 245. So we now know exactly the last time the song is on the list. It's week 14, and because we know week 15 we get position 245, which is definitely off of the top 200. So what is the last week that recursive case appears in the top 200? It's week 14. There we go. And we explained our answers. Okay. So that's question number 2 on the 2014 Hypatia. We're halfway through the contest. Hopefully you've been trying these along before you watch the videos. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. And I'll see you guys for question number 3 in the very next video. So long for now. Thank you for watching.